Hello! Oh my gosh! It's me! Hello, everybody. Oh, you know what? Just for fun's sake, let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello! That's right, we're crushing Diet Dr. Peppers today. Alrighty. Gosh! How's everybody doing? Oh, we got people getting high in a treehouse. People getting high in a shed. What the hell's going on out there? Good to see everybody. It's your boy Dave Neal. Hello. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't have my main lights on. I know you guys can't tell the difference, but hold on a second, folks. Let me turn the lights on. Boys and girls, the one, the only, the Basset Hound, named Boone. That's it, folks. All right. Okay. Started off there. Some hair on me. Boone's high. Boone's high on life. He's been dabbing life ever since 2011 or whatever. All right. Hey, hello. Diet Dr. Pepper. That's right. Going after it here. So I got a new green screen, which means I can now do this. Before I had a smaller green screen. Really boxed myself in. You know, sometimes you want to just really punch your way out. Now I can do jazzercise classes, and I can officially, fully... I don't know if you guys like this. Is it too far away? Hello, how are you? That's right, Leah, Boone. Everyone stands Boone. Natalie's healthy. You had a sinus infection, Natalie? What happened? We missed you. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I take attendance. If you don't see me doing it, I'm doing it. I know if you're in there. I know if you come into the chat and then you leave. No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate you being there. You know, growing up, I had perfect attendance, and now that's actually shamed up. You know, back in my day, when I grew up, perfect attendance was what you strive for, you know? And now they're saying, well, that just means you went to school sick. And it's like, well, I had a single mom. You went to school sick. I had perfect attendance for 12 years. I didn't get any sick days. L-Dog says, oh my God, you showing that package of the new green screen in the last live chat. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it came in. It's looking pretty good. You know, it's just a sheet. But, you know, if you guys saw my Instagram stories, the green screen has to be very well lit. So you can't have shade. Like, right, see down here? Can you see that? See this? That's not lit well. So hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. Probably not. No, it didn't change. The point is that you need it needs to be lit well because it all has to be the same color. So that way the software can say, whatever's that color or green, it's got to go. All right. How's everybody? It's good to see all of you. If there are new people in the chat and you're wondering, when do we get to the part where we get to something? Look, we just hang out. When we get to the thing is when we get to the thing. Anyone can leave a voicemail. We were a little light on voicemails last week, but I understand I wasn't really promoting it. Oh, look at all this extra real estate space I have. And then when I switch to the full video, we're a little tighter. We'll talk about the different engagements happening on Bachelor Nation. Does anybody care? Here's the deal. I've always said this. If you get engaged and post it on Instagram, and if you don't get 400 likes, engagement's off. If you can't get engagement after you got engaged, wedding's off. Right, Leah? What do you think? You're the social media expert. I don't know. Snarky Charlie says you miss so many classes. So many every year. Maybe I was just healthy. Like I was a healthy kid. Brian says, have a solid live stream, buddy. Happy Monday to you too. I think we'll have a good one. L-Dog skipped school for personal days. You'd make waffles at home. How funny. I heard my cousin, she got caught skipping school and she was hanging out by the train tracks painting her nails. And it's like, these kids just need some personal time off. Can we get these 10-year-olds some PTO? They're stressed out. They're, stress eating some pixie sticks. Just enough with the homework. Let them be kids. You know what I mean? Catherine Tobin, good to see ya. Leah's probably Leah. I can't tell what type of mom you must be. I know I should know this as your cousin, but I feel like you're a chill mom. But I also feel like your kids don't mess around. Like I feel like they know when they've crossed the Leah threshold, and then you lay the law down. I think most kids have that intuition with their mom. They're like little. They're like little. Okay. So in movies when there's the terrorist and they're trying to get the information out of them, so they're torturing them. I feel like kids know exactly how far to torture their moms to not get them to the breaking point. And then once in a while, you get your mom to the breaking point, and then you just feel like so bad as a kid. You're like, oh, geez, I shouldn't have thrown that part into it. I had her on the ropes. She was gonna let me not go to church, and then all of a sudden, I threw in that her mom doesn't approve of her lifestyle, and the next thing you know, like kids cut deep. Let me tell you something. Nobody knows how to insult like a kid. Kids will cut deep. Jana Herbert says, long-time watcher, first time live. Well, hey, welcome to the party. This is just where we chill. I got a bunch of stories we'll cover. Kind of a bunch of little things. Not too much. Maybe we'll stalk Katie Thurston's Instagram. Should we do that? Should we piece together where we think she is? Yeah, let's jump right into that. All right, fine. Let's do it. You want to jump right into it? Katie Thurston's on Instagram. She's on a road trip, folks. Let's see where she's at. Let's see if we can figure this out. All right, there it is. A poster of her in my town in Hollywood. That's right. We're going to get a lot of her. Hold on. That's not it. Hold on. Yeah. Some engagements. Good for you. All right, so here we start. Okay, she left Los Angeles. Now she's reunited with Tommy the cat. So let's see if we can play some music here. And she's over there back in Washington, I believe, near Susan Rich. Hey, Susan, how are you? So she's on a road trip. Will somebody tell me what mountain that is? Can we get a look at some ski slopes, maybe some Google satellite images, maybe go on Bing, see what Bing has to offer? Let me know if we can tell where in the world Katie Thurston is. Of course, respectfully, so we're not trying to go to her doorstep. We're just wondering, did she cross into Canada? Does she have her passport on her? Oz, let me know. You're in Vancouver. Could it be possible? Could it be that Katie Thurston is crossing the border, both physically and spiritually, into the heart of Blake Moynes? We'll have to find out. Let me know. It's the Pacific Northwest. These mountains could be anything. Can we get someone to check out this chemtrail and let me know if does this line up with anything happening in Canada? I feel like if we could see a car, we could put... Oh, here we go. We've got waterfalls, folks. Rolling waterfalls. Are there any monuments that might prove this? You know what I'm going to do? Let's go back and look one more time and see if we can see any license plates. Because if we can see some Canadian license plates, let's see if we can get a hold. See, she does a good job of making sure there's no cars in front of her. But what is this thing doing? Oh, jeez. I have a hard time finding license plates here. Let's see if we can get another car to pass her. Makes me think she is in Canada. The traffic's not so bad up there. I don't know. L-Dog says Montana, Denver. It's not... Why would it... I mean, I don't know. She just saw Tommy, so we have to assume she's back in Washington State. I think that's the assumption we have to make. Jess says the border's closed. I thought so, too. Maybe she walks up to the border and goes up to the chain link fence and smooches Blake between the border. And also, I have it on good information that Blake's mother frequents the live chat. So, Blake's mother, if you're out there, blink twice, slide into my DMs. I actually... I don't know. Do we have Blake's mother's... This is a story I wanted to do a while ago, but I wasn't prepared for it. So if you don't mind, give me a second here. Blake's mom had a really good Instagram. Blake Moynes' mom. Let's just search that. See what that... She had a nice Instagram post. Of course, I'm not going to be able to find it. Let's just search Blake mom. Apparently, people were joking around. Oh, here we go. I found it. Look at this. Good old people at Reddit. So let's do this. I'm gonna turn off my background music for a scotch of a second here, and let's cut. I'm doing full-time sleuthing, as the kids call it these days. So let's click on this. Hopefully it's not deleted here. Instagram. This is Blake's mom responding to accusations of contestants sliding into her DMs. Blake Moynes' mom apparently watches the show. If she does, great taste. If she doesn't, I know she does. It's been told to me. Look, if I make a video about Blake, the mom's going to watch it. I can't tell you how many moms have reached out to me. You know, Kim Kirkconnell. Blake's mom hasn't reached out to me, but so many parents of different Bachelor contestants, they want to support their kid. They're like, oh, did you see Johnny's in the TV? It's like, yeah, Johnny bumped some Harrisons with a girl over there in a teepee. Like, what do you want? You know what I mean? I meant to hit this one, but, you know, we weren't ready for it. Okay, so let's play this and see what happens.
Hey guys, I thought I would jump on here really quickly and address something. I can't even believe that I'm actually going to address this, but instead of replying individually or just completely ignoring you, I am going to address this once. So I woke up this morning inundated with messages from people that had watched or had seen Blake. We even call him Blake Moynes now at home. Like he's Blake Moynes. So anyway, for those of you that saw Blake Moynes on Chicks in the Office, they interviewed him. I was inundated with messages asking me if I was upset, perturbed, pissed off at the overt sexual innuendos that were specifically referencing me, his mother.
No, she wasn't, because she's Canadian and she doesn't care what we think about this petty little culture where everyone gets upset of nothing. No, her kid's on national TV. She's a proud mom.
And Trent, Barstool Trent. I was like, are these people for real? Like, no, I'm not pissed off at that at all. And in fact, I'm going to endorse my son's sentiments and say that people need to just lighten the fuck up.
Woo.
Guys, it's a pandemic. We've been locked up in Canada for 1 year. Blake Moynes, if you can bring a smile to someone's face, if you can make people laugh, without hurting anyone, being a kind, decent, compassionate person, then I am all for it. I'm all for it. I am not pissed off in the least. I thought, I'm not pissed off at any of them. Fran, Trent, I'm not pissed off at all. I thought it was a great interview and I was laughing. So, no, I'm not pissed off, but I will tell you what I'm a little bit pissed off about, Blake Moynes. You've literally just kiboshed all chances of Trent sliding into my DMs. So that I'm a little pissed off about. But other than that, it was all good. Nobody's getting out alive, guys. Let's take life a little bit less serious. Let's have a laugh. Let's enjoy each other. I'm all for it. I support my kids 1,000% in their experiences and going for their dreams. And I know that they are the same. They do the same for me. In fact, Blake Moynes signed me up he didn't sign me up. He sent me the link to Senior Bachelorette Senior Bachelor, I think it is.
Get her on it.
I'm all for it. Sign me up. It's an experience. Why not? Am I upset that I'm now a senior? No, I'm 55 years old. I freaking think I am a senior. I'm a senior.
Blake's mom, you have my vote.
So, yeah, I'm all for that. It'd be great. I mean, think about it. I think I'd probably be in bed. We'd all be in bed by 8 o'clock at night. Right up my alley. That's all I got to say. Not pissed off. Everybody have a great day. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Moynes. The one, the only Emily Moynes, mother of Blake, Canadian's own. She follows me, everybody. I'll tell you what. It's a proud day between the North American countries of the United States and the Canadian neighbors of the North. You, ma'am, get a follow back. God bless you. And God bless our northern neighbors. Very happy for you there. We're rooting you on. We hope to see you on the show. Boy, I didn't have that planned. I didn't know Emily followed me. All right, let's see. Emily, what a beautiful name you have there, and also a beautiful joie de vivre, as the Quebecois would say. I know you're not from French Canada, but close enough, folks. So let's see what you got going on. Could it be that you are hanging out? Who's Taylor? Who's Taylor? You got all these relatives that look. Is this Taylor? Is this Blake's sister? I'm not here. This is all public here. Oh my gosh! You got to be kidding me. Is this Blake's sister? She went over there and just got ripped. Strength coach there. Wow, very nice. Emily Moynes, advocate for the empowerment of women, stager, interior decorator. Emily Moynes, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I mean, we're going to have to get, hey, Emily, call in the voicemail number if you don't mind. I'm not looking for any clues or anything. But as you do know, I have been a pretty big supporter of Blake. I think that he's got a good heart. I think he means really well. And just because a relationship doesn't work out with a very specific person doesn't, you know what I mean? Well, it didn't work out with Claire or Tasha. Doesn't mean he's not a catch and doesn't deserve all of our love, and I think that's what we're looking for. L-Dog says, our community digresses together. Amen to that. We sure do. We digress together. I will not be the only one digressing in these parts, let me tell you. All right. We're chilling. We're digressing. We're jamming out. All right. Cool day today. Why don't we play a voicemail, see what that's all about. That was the Toronto Symphony Orchestra playing Oh Canada, if you didn't know. Oh, man. I'm here to crack myself up. All right, let's open it up with Oz. Get the sheriff in the house. See what the sheriff has to say. You can call the voicemail number 401-213-9828. We're chilling, we're talking, we're hanging out. All right, Sheriff, you got the line. Let's see what you have to say here.
The sheriff here calling from the Pacific Northwest. I would just like to say hashtag free Jed. He seems like he's imprisoned by the shackles of Bachelor Nation, poor guy. And if it was worth getting sued over, there's some tea that he wants to spill all over the carpet. So have a good one, everyone, and I hope you're enjoying the summer weather, if it's summer weather where you guys are, and we'll catch you in the chat, and keep it safe and respectful for everyone. Okay, thanks, bye.
The sheriff. Thank you, my man. We were talking about Jed. He's obviously the featured thumbnail title of this video, this live stream. But we can bounce around and talk about a whole different things. But I'll tell you what, a lot of people give reasons why they're okay for Jed to not need his redemption story. They do. A lot of people will give reasons and say, well, I don't like him. Someone even said he's got a small head, which, it's like, all right, well, let's try. I know I want to make fun of everyone just like you do, but, the poor guy, I didn't think he had a small head. I thought maybe his hair is so big it makes his face look small. I don't know, folks. But the point is that, look, the true test of our character, and I'm not saying this from like a moral place where I'm, whatever, but the true test is, how do we deal with people in fairness if we don't like them? A lot of people didn't like Jed. A lot of people don't like Taylor Nolan. I still think she deserves to sort of untangle the Christmas lights of her life. I just don't think she's in the right direction. I think she's still very hostile. It's a whole nother story. But the point is with Jed, you got people like Dylan, Barber, and other people that say, hey, Jed's a good guy. So the question becomes, can you be a good guy, make a mistake? At the very least, the mistake being he was bumping Harry's with somebody, maybe friends with benefit, maybe they loved each other, but it wasn't official. Can that happen? And then you go on Hannah Brown season, and then it comes out, and you still be a good guy. And a lot of people say, well, look, I don't care what he does, just move on. Well, part of moving on for him is to tell his truth, his side of the story. And that's just, and Sarai, you said that's one podcast I won't listen to. Yeah, that's absolutely right. No one's forcing anyone to listen to anything. But he still has sort of a lot of unsaid things when it comes to the Bachelor world. And what was it? And you guys know me, right? I'm not here like, I'm sure I could sling back a few beers with Jed, have a great time. What is the truth with Jed's story with the ex, the girl he was seeing or still saying he loved, writing love letters? I don't know if we'll ever know the true truth, but I think we all believe that he fell for Hannah Brown and they had something real. I don't know. It didn't last really long, but it was something real. Not every relationship lasts long. Miss Liz says, I don't know how you keep up with all this content. I can barely remember what I put in the microwave 2 seconds ago. Well, Liz, let me tell you something. You know what's been interesting with me? Ever since this became sort of like a full-time thing, which is basically at the beginning of 2021, what you do, it's almost like building a stand-up bit. In order to build a lot of stand-up material, you learn one joke at a time. If you saw, I remember I was like, I could never try stand-up comedy when I was a kid because I saw Chris Rock, and I was like, this guy's insanely talented. It's amazing what he's doing because you see someone's final product. You don't see them working it out. But then when I ended up going to an open mic and you see bad comics trying to get one laugh, you go, I can get one laugh. And then you string one laugh into two and two into three and three into four. Well, it's kind of been that way with Bachelor News. As soon as I realized I could pay the bills and sort of stay afloat over here, thanks to you guys, I started picking up on different stories. Not every story. I don't cover taxidermy stories between Kendall Long or some of these people. It just doesn't cross my threshold of stories I care about. But I've cared about the Jed one. It's very interesting. We've talked about Dale and Clare and Matt and Rachael Kirkconnell, and the stories kind of all sort of they just live their life. They go away for a few months. They come back. Jed's story, he went away for a few months. But what's interesting, in a world where Jed has virtually zero reason, as far as like everyone associated with Bachelor Nation has kind of like written him off. He's been pretty much ostracized. He has zero reason to hold on to a lie. And it makes you wonder, is it his truth or the truth? Does he believe in his heart of hearts that he never had any relationship that was like real and proper with this girl that claims they were still together when he went on the season of Bachelor? Or is he like in some mental place where he's lied so much about it, he's convinced himself it's his truth? I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. There might not be much else to the story besides that, you know? But he stated in his podcast that he's just not going to talk about it because he decided it wasn't worth getting sued over. But he said just because Bachelor producers were interested in suing him means he probably has a story worth telling. And that part is convincing. He's got a story worth telling. It's almost like knowing, you know, I love treasure movies and treasure TV shows and pirates and The Curse of Oak Island. I love seeing people hunt for treasure. It's almost like knowing there's $1 million treasure down in the ocean, but it's going to cost you $1.1 million to get it out. And I feel like that might be Jed's story. But you kind of wish, like if I was a billionaire, I'd be like, Jed, let me cover your legal battles. I want to see what this puppy can do, okay? Let me just see. I want to know. I want deposition. All we want is a deposition. We want to see people telling their truth. We wanted that from Colton. We just want to know what the truth is, because what we're working with is a TV show that curates a storyline that is not exactly fictitious, but not exactly true. It pulls information and bends it and manipulates it into a product, right? And all we want to know is, hey, is Jed that bad of a guy? I want to know about that at Luke P. I want the full conversation between Luke P. I can handle the truth. Just give me the conversation between Luke P. and Hannah Brown. I want to know, did they have some sort of agreement that she wasn't going to sleep with anyone else? That way, when she was like, no, I'm going to sleep with whoever I want to. And he's like, go, you know, I want to know. I want to know the context. I want to be able to sit there and understand like, oh, that's not a bad guy. You know, he thought he was dating someone who said he wasn't going to, you know, whatever, and X, Y, and Z. Versus Jed. You know, it wasn't, and again, I understand The Bachelor wasn't necessarily responsible for the initial storyline of Jed, two-time and Hannah Brown, but it became convenient for them to champion Hannah Brown and just destroy Jed. And the contestants and the audience, we all kind of did that on our own. You know, we just kind of took that pendulum and just swung it and just wrecking balled him. And the truth is probably a little bit more complicated. I don't know, folks. Elizabeth says, I love that you give everyone the benefit of the doubt. You look for the best in others. Yeah, and like I said in my video earlier today, maybe I'm like susceptible to being scammed because of that. I don't know, guys. But, you know, do I think he went on the show for exposure? Yes. Yeah. But like I said, who are we to judge why people go on the show? You're giving up your personal materialistic being, and you're giving it to the show's discretion to chop you up how they see fit. You might as well get a bunch of Instagram followers from it. You might as well get these other things, because God knows you like Brittany Galvin can't go, you know, start a, you know, a nursery for kids. She's gonna get Googled and they go, you were an escort, and it's like, no, she wasn't. The TV show kind of like teased that she was, so they could sell, you know, brownie toilet paper, and you know, 3 weeks later we found out she wasn't. But then the Google search has already rewarded the initial content, and it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the other guy. So Natalie says all could have been avoided if she just chose Tyler C. Listen, I just don't think Tyler C was that into her. I don't think he was that into her. Let's play some voicemails. Here's a quick one. I like a good quickie. Let's play a quickie here.
Hi, I just wanted to call in and make sure that, you know, you guys are not talking about Colton on this stream. That guy is just fame hungry. He wants to be in the spotlight. Everyone have a good day.
Colton who? You know what I mean? A little bit about Colton. We've got Tasha is going to be making a joke about Colton. on tonight's MTV Awards. It's very, very, the title of this article, believe it or not, is very misleading here. But I saw this earlier and I got all excited because I know a couple people that wrote for the awards. And hey, back in the day, Nikki Glaser was on my podcast back in the day, and she hosts the awards this year. Tasha Adams makes quip about Colton Underwood coming out at MTV Movie and TV Awards unscripted. By the way, that's too long of a title. MTV Movie and TV Awards unscripted. You know, you got Oscars, Emmys, and then MTV Movie and TV Awards unscripted. We don't have enough letters in the alphabet for that. So here's what she says. I'm not sure that you guys have been following the news, but a huge story came out recently, and I'm here to set the record straight. The former Bachelor Authority says in Us Weekly's exclusive sneak peek of the show, pausing to add emphasis to the phrase came out before continuing. That's right, Bennifer is back, baby, and that is all I want to talk about. Okay, so it's just a bad joke. You know, comedy's not easy, folks. Comedy is not easy. She's a lot of things, but I wouldn't call her funny. I think she has a good sense of humor with Zach Clark's comedy senses, but I don't know if she... I wouldn't say she. I mean, look, I'm sure she read the line and got a laugh. The joke there, of course, is that she said set the record straight, and now is that a play on words? She said she's there to set the record straight, and then she paused to add emphasis on the phrase came out. That's right, Bennifer is back, baby, and that is all I want to talk about. I don't know. Yeah, way too long. It's too long. It's too long. Don't believe that she said okay yet. Sarai, but never of them are. Sarai says, but neither of them are as bad as Chad Johnson. Yeah, but Chad Johnson's also, you know, he's clearly suffering from some, you know, loss of his mother and PTSD. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, you know, but you can only wonder what he's suffering through, which, you know, doesn't mean there's not bad collateral damage. It just means, you know, what did they expect? You put this guy in a TV show and give him a bunch of cold cuts. The guy's going to have roid rage. Sarah Winks says, back to Jed, how is he still on the hook? His contract should be long over. Well, how the contracts work, and I don't know if Abby Thomason is in the room, but if she is, good to see you, Abby. I haven't seen you out there. Abby, are you there? Call me, Abby. We miss you. These contracts are in perpetuity. So while they can't talk about certain things in the first 2 years since the show airs, there's also a, you know, like lifelong trade secrets of the show they can't talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, Tasha's in the room. You don't want to do a quick walk by? Here, you can go over in the corner. Just wave from the corner. You can right behind there where the drone's plugged into. Tasha doesn't want to come in. Maybe if people can coerce Tasha. Ladies and gentlemen, fashion correspondent of the Dave Neal. I don't even know what my channel's called anymore. I don't want to call it Bachelor News. I feel like that's a new low. I'm just calling it Dave Neal. Ladies and gentlemen, fashion correspondent Tasha Marie Courtney is in the room wearing her favorite Gap fleece hoodie from the year 1997. This has survived many wildfires, camping. I feel like a lot of weed was probably smoked in that hoodie. She probably got, yeah, a lot goes on in a Gap fleece hoodie. I got a dirt on my green. Well, I picked the dog up and then I got hair all over me. Oh, come wave, come say hi. It's the ring light. You're gonna look good in the ring light, ladies and gentlemen. Look how nice and wide this is. Isn't that nice? Oh, your baby sheep.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'm leaving.
All right. Oh no, but hold on. You're the fashion correspondent. You want to see what Tasha looked? Let's pull up Tasha's outfit. Hold on. I got a lot of tabs open up. So what now? Because you're the fashion correspondent here, you know a lot more about clothing here, but what are we working with? Is that pleather? Like, what's going on here?
It looks like you.
What kind of Teflon straps are needed to keep up the integrity of this type of outfit? Like, have you ever had a sort of...
That stuff's really stretchy.
Well,
So
we're talking about the clothes or what?
Up by itself.
How do you get into this? Do you need a team?
got a zipper.
Do you have a team of people?
That's got a zipper, honey.
Yeah, but even I've seen you with a zipper. You need a Pilates class with a zipper. You got to do the Irish jig. Nice mani petty there. She's would you say, as far as fashion goes, where would you put her in the Bachelor world? I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah, you are.
Let's also move you over a little bit. I'll get you on here. You can stay where you are. I'm just gonna move that over. See, now that I've got this new green screen, I've got a lot more area to play with here. But I wanted to show you. Hold on one second while we shift back here. I wanted to show you what she was wearing. A lot of engagements happening, by the way. You see this? We had 3 Bachelor engagements over the weekend.
Wow.
Did you see this? Let me see if you know any of these people here. Well, first of all, Lauren Zima. First photo she showed with Chris Harrison, who, not looking bad, svelte old man. And by the way, have you ever seen a smile look so identical? I'm guessing that's her daughter there. Anyway, so that was the first we've seen of Chris Harrison on Lauren Zima's page, clearly sticking together. Sarah, I believe Heron, the lady with the one arm lady.
Oh, yeah?
Not to say that's what, as an identifying thing. She got engaged there, looks like by a couple, a stream. Maybe that's Hood River, where Katie Thurston may or may not be. And then we saw Sydney Hightower. By the way, I don't know if you were this surprised or happy when I proposed. I don't remember seeing. You were just like, what? What's going on? What's happening? Hey, wait, no, come back. No. There's one more. You only got to see 2. Here, come back for the third one. So she's excited. But clearly she knew something was up. She's in, I'm assuming, Napa Valley. Come back over here. And then we've got the third one here, which is Haley. I believe they're twins, right? Are these the twins?
Oh, yeah.
You remember the twins? That's when you started kind of watching Bachelor in Paradise. Huge congrats to Haley, Ben H's season, and Ula, I think he's a hockey player, on getting engaged. I'm not saying it doesn't work out with hockey players. I'm just saying hockey players, DJs, comedians, and pilots, you better keep them on a short leash. I'm just telling you.
We want to have a fashion conversation. Zoom in on those shoes.
Oh, boy. Here she is. Tasha's
What are those
ready.
shoes?
What's going on with these shoes? A little slip-on? Well, clearly she wasn't ready. She's going to have to Photoshop some nice...
She looks comfortable.
Well,
Those shoes
well,
look
well-
like a comfy...
Let me tell you something. Men out there, if there's men listening, if your lady ever asks you how something looks, you never say it looks comfortable. You never want to... If you say it looks comfortable, it's not going to be comfortable when she throws it at you. Let me tell you something. You want to ask her, well, babe, that looks extraordinary. Those slip-on slippers you're wearing? Wow. Crocs? Those have to be comfortable. Don't say the C word to her. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Tasha Courtney. All right. A lot going on here. Let's get into the chat. I wasn't paying attention to you there. His daughter. Wait. Leah's saying that's his daughter? Wow. Tasha, that was Chris Harrison's daughter. I mean, let's be honest. Hold on. Pull up the tape. Hold on. Let's go back here. Hold on a second. Oh, that's Emily Moynes. By the way, Blake Moynes' mom follows the channel. No, that's Chris Harrison's daughter. Well, okay. I thought her smile looked just like Lauren Zima's. It goes to show that I literally have zero ability to pick up on details. Dave said there was a large family resemblance and they aren't related. Yeah, well, I messed it up, Adrian. I'm sorry. Julie says, Tasha taught me well. That's right. I am trained. Aren't those Yeezy slides? I'm not a shoe person. Oh, are those the Yeezy slides? Well, just because they're expensive doesn't mean they're good looking. Patil says, I've learned from Dave, no DJs, pilots, or professional athletes. Well, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying, the advice we've been given from our friend down there.
Be careful who you bang.
You just got to be careful who you bang. Like, there's plenty of good pilots, DJs, or comedians, but there's plenty of bad ones too. It's a landmine out there. Oz says Sydney Hightower's boyfriend's a football player. Ah, very nice, very nice. Yeah, I guess she looks like Chris. I was just looking at the smile, guys. Boy, I was trying to say mother or daughter look good, but clearly, now I guess age-wise, Lauren's young, but she's not that young. She's in her 30s. But Chris, he's aged. He's clearly when they have that QAnon store where they're like, oh, Hollywood's got anti-aging. It's like, well, no, it's Botox, but it still looks good. Looks good, folks. All right, let's play a voicemail. Let me catch my breath here for a second here. Our good friend Ashley. We love Ashley in Florida. Let's see what Ashley in Florida has to say.
Hey, it's Ashley from Florida.
Hey, Ashley.
I do believe Jed. I think the girlfriend was scorned. She said she wasn't clear on their breakup, but she did admit that he told her he was going on The Bachelorette. So I don't know how it could have been clearer that they're breaking up than him literally going on a dating show. I mean, if he said that he was going on a mission trip to Africa and instead went on The Bachelorette, then I understand where she's coming from. But honestly, I think it's her own fault for allowing herself to be with somebody who was going on a dating show. I mean, come on, girls, let's have a little bit self-respect. If she really believed that he was just going to promote himself and he wasn't going to fall in love, then I have beachfront property that I would like to sell her in Nebraska. Thanks, Dave. Love your show. Bye.
Ashley from Florida. I always feel like, Ashley, we have very good rapport on your voicemails. I feel like we're having a good conversation when you call. Not to say I don't enjoy other voicemails, but yeah, all right, point for Jed. Point for Jed. You're saying this woman was scorned. Now, look, it's almost 2 years ago. It's just the story that won't die. It makes you wonder, will we be talking about, like, Claire and Dale's toes in 2 years? Who knows, folks? Who knows? Read the story about Jed Wyatt that sparked Hannah Brown's breakup. So this was from a couple years ago. Let's see if we have any quotes we can pull here. He told me early on that he had applied. Stevens told People. That's, I think her name's Abigail. He said, it's probably not going to happen, but it's a huge opportunity. I'm only doing this for my music. He only did it for his career. Now, these are quotes, but these are quotes from her saying it. These aren't quotes from him saying it. He wanted a platform. He kept telling me, I don't want my dad to have to help me pay rent anymore. Yikes. He said he only wanted to be top 5, to be a major player so that it would be beneficial. Well, let me ask you this. What ladies in a relationship would let their guy be top 5? Tasha, would you let me be top 5? What if I was like, honey, let me go on Bachelor in Paradise, but I'm only going to finish 3rd? That's a no from Tasha. Tasha has self-respect. And now, look, I'm not saying, who knows? Who knows what actually went down? Or it's a big old he said, she said. But I mean, look, you can believe that she was upset and felt devastated. But you can also believe that, it's almost like Sarah Trott, right? Sarah Trott was dating DJ Bazoo or whatever his name is, DJ Kazoo. DJ blew you. You blew him. Something happened. Spinning on the twos. Hit the buttons. Press play. But Sarah Trott was dating DJ Bazoo or whatever, DJ Kazoo, and then she wasn't dating him. By dating I'm saying hooked up. It's 2021. And then she was seen on a boat with him after, and everyone was like, "Wait a second, she was with him all along." And it's like, newsflash, idiot. People don't want to, you find somebody that you enjoy their brunch, you enjoy bumping Harry's, maybe you go back to them. Maybe you just don't want to rack up your number. You're like, oh, I'm at 19 and I always said I wouldn't get to 20. So then you start going through the previous 19 and you're like, well, 16 of these are married. 2 of those hate me. All right, that's the one, that DJ Bazoo, What do you guys think? Let me ask you guys this in the audience. Do you have... Yeah, here's a good one. Let's do this. Here's a good chat in the audience. Leave a voicemail, call in, and tell me if there's a scenario that you got back with an ex just to kill time. Tell me about an ex that was a kill timer. You were just hanging out because you didn't want to rack up your numbers. It was like safe, but you knew you weren't going to take it home to mom. There was something about it that wasn't going to work out, but he wasn't Mr. Right. He was Mr. Right now. Leave a call. Let me know if there's any of those guys that exist. All right, let's go. Let's hear from Bert.
Hi, Dave. This is your number 1 fan again, Bert.
Woo!
Okay, you remember me, the beep bop, scatter. Anyways, I just wanted to, I know there's not like a whole lot going on in, Bachelor Nation right now.
Got that right.
But I just want to say, first of all, as the Jed thing goes, I hate to admit it that I believe him, I kind of believe him. And for the longest time, I just can't even believe that this could possibly be a lie. He must have really ran with that story, man. That sucks for him. I feel bad, but I agree. It's just not worth his time and energy right now to go to court, I don't think. So that's what I have to say about that. I'm calling to I have so much gratitude in my heart today. And, I just for everybody, this community, you, all the things you said, maybe you always just refer to yourself as some guy in his apartment making videos, but I know you've heard this before. You just do a lot for me and everyone and just help me cope. I am in recovery right now. I'm an alcoholic. I have been struggling this past year, and I have been getting through it one day at a time. And I don't know, just getting myself out of my head. Like whenever I'm just stressed and I'm like, I need something, I will call you, I won't call you. I never call you.
Call me.
I never called you for the record, and I don't have your phone number. But no, I will go to your YouTube. I do call a lot of people though. No, I do. I will go to your YouTube and listen to you, and it just takes me out of my head and out of myself, and I feel better. And it's amazing. I cannot wait for this next season. I cannot wait for you to recap it and recap Survivor. Oh my gosh, I'm the biggest Survivor fan. So this is why I'm the #1 fan, by the way. Bert, don't forget it. Thank you so much, and keep radiating the positivity that you do. Bye.
Oh my gosh, Bert, what a nice voicemail. Thank you. You kept it at 1:59. Good for you. You know what? The 2 minutes, the cutoff mark, and you really dismounted. That was like your floor routine. You just really stuck it, and you get a 10. 10 out of 10 from me. I'm the only judge that matters here. Listen, you're in recovery. That's not easy. People that can admit they have a problem are flipping heroes, because there are so many scenarios in which we cope with a tough world. We cope with a tough world in a lot of ways. And some people understand that they can't drink anymore. And it's like, you think you can do something. Some people can. Some people can have a couple drinks here and just know when to put it down. And some people, whether it's chemical or psychological or whatever, it's above my pay grade. But I appreciate you sharing that struggle with me. I mean, like, what have you read up on anything that Zach Clark has done with his addiction? You know, I can't tell you how many people commented during Tasha's season. I'm not one of those people that's like, well, I said Zach Clark was cool from the beginning, because I like a lot of these guys. I like Jason Foster. There's a lot of guys I liked, but I was like, Zach Clark's the real guy. This guy's great. And so many people were like, I don't trust him. You know, he had cheated. It was like in 4th grade. Oh, and he stole and this and that. And it's like, addiction is wicked. Addiction in different forms is wicked, whether it's pills or drugs or porn or whatever it may be. We just are always constantly trying to satiate that momentary happiness and bottle it up. And it's important to realize that I don't know if you can hear the dog barking, but he's agreeing with me here. It's important for us to realize that life isn't easy, and it's quite challenging. And the road, Bert, that you're on is one that I respect, because I like to look at our souls that they chose this experience, you know, and for different reasons. And I like to think Earth is a hard level. And for whatever reason, you're fighting in some ways for your life, not because you're a victim of your circumstance, but because you put yourself in the shoes that could walk that walk. And you're only always given as much as you can handle. Even if it feels like you're going to reach your brink and fail. Relapsing's not failure. Getting to a point where you let yourself down's not a failure. You just keep trying. And that's what's so beautiful about the 12-step program is people realize that they aren't powerful enough to handle it, and they just let go. And you take it one day at a time. Thank you for taking the live stream one day at a time. Thank you for joining us. And it makes you wonder too, because a lot of people have commented, and I promise you this, I'm just a basic guy who, you know, has been binge watching Survivor all year. I'll tell you about my demons. I'll tell you about the things that have been pissing me off. And when the live stream's over, I feel good too. So just picking up the voicemail and calling or checking in with me, you're checking in with yourself, and I think you're giving yourself, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like in a lot of ways you're giving yourself the momentary self-love to just shut it off. Shut off the worrying, shut off the other things. So I really commend you for that. And I appreciate you sharing that with us, because I can't imagine, you know, the feeling for people to go up and admit to strangers in ways in which you feel weak. And that's the strongest thing you can do. That's the irony behind it all, is you're admitting that you're weak in a certain way. And it's like, well, you're really strong for getting out there and talking about it. So please keep us. It's so funny. It's like I need a map of like, all right, we got Bert. Bert's in recovery. We got Adriana had brain surgery. Teresa's got chemo. Leah's hiding from her kids and training for the marathon. I'm kidding, Leah. Leah's mom of the year. L-Dog's doing some bong hits in the shed. We're triangulating this group of misfits. But they're not misfits because they all have the exact place and piece to the puzzle. Speaking of fellow misfits, we got Sarai calling in. Let's see what Sarai has to say. You're not a misfit. Oh, wait, that's not Sarai. Hold on. Maybe, Sarai, you said you called in? Tell me your voicemail again. Oh, wait, maybe this is you. The predictive text never works with your name. This says Ray. Is it Sarai or Ray?
Yeah, this is Sarai.
Sarai.
The only time I ever went back to it with an ex wasn't really to kill time, but I was trying to give him a second chance. But fortunately, it didn't work out. And then found out years later that not only did his family not know about me dating him, he also died. And then I looked at his obituary. He lied about his age and that he had a kid. So that was like, oh my God, what? I actually really lucked out with that one. But that was the only time I've ever went back to an ex. All right, in the chat. Bye.
That is so funny, and I don't mean to minimize your story, but that is so funny that he lied about his age in his obituary. I want to be, hey Tasha, I want to be 6'2" when I die. Can you get me a bigger casket so I can feel taller? I don't know. Oh, Grace in DC, another good friend of ours. Let's go to Grace.
Hey Dave, it's Grace from DC.
Hey.
Just thought I'd call in today. Hope you're having a good stream.
I am.
Today is the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, and Biphobia. And I just wanted to call in to say that I hope that with some of the progressions that we've had in Bachelor Nation, that they consider actually doing, a season with people from the LGBTQ plus community. Personally, I identify as bisexual, and my favorite show to sneak growing up was MTV's Tila Tequila. And I think it'd be really cool if they did a show with a bisexual lead, with, people of different gender identities trying to go after that lead. I thought it was really fun when they did it with Tila Tequila. I don't know, I might be biased, but I hope that we can see something like that in the future. Hope you're having a good Monday. Love your stream. Thanks, Dave.
Hey, thanks, Grace. I appreciate you. Grace in the District of Columbia. I did not know it was International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia, Biphobia, Corruption and Discrimination Impeding Global LGBTQI plus equality. Boy, that's a long title, too. That makes, excuse me, what was the other title we were talking about? Oh, geez, I've already lost the... Boy, it's tough being quick and witty when you're talking about discriminations. I'm not here to make light of that. I'm just saying there's a reason we use acronyms because there's a lot of words there. Like, get that on a T-shirt. Can you imagine a banner? You're like, all right, we'd like to print this banner on a plane. They're like, we're going to need a jumbo jet to fit that whole thing on. Can we just get a size 12 font right across? It's just Arial, Times New Romans. Listen, here's the deal. The argue against, and I agree with you, start there. The argue against having a bisexual lead is a scarcity argument. Well, there's only one year, one episode, one season, and then you can't have the contestants, then they're going to fall for each other. I think in order to have a bisexual lead with a mixed pool of contestants, you have to rethink the framework of the show. I'm not talking about getting the, say you've got a bisexual, let's say you got Ivan, just a random guy, not this Ivan, just Ivan, and he likes men and he likes women. That's what he likes. I like men, I like women. I'm not saying you need separate mansions. Like, all right, he goes on these men dates and then these women dates, but there would have to be like a good conversation with, members of the LGBTQI plus community to see how that would work out, because it's not like it's heterosexuality is also something that's fluid in the sense that not every heterosexual relationship looks the same when you throw in the fact that, well, It's not just, because I mean, it's as stupid as it sounds. You go, well, men have penises, women have vagina. Like that's like the quote, was it the Adam Sandler movie or whatever the movie was. But the point is, you start from a basic frame point. When you add in new variables, it makes things not more complicated, but more diverse. So if they're going to do a season where they're going to have a bisexual lead, they would have to consider and really brainstorm how to make that work. Does that mean the contestants are bisexual? Not necessarily. You could have straight contestants that the bisexual lead will also be attracted to. But then what happens if, the contestants fall for each other? Well, maybe there should be a bisexual lead with contestants, but then if the contestants decide they want to forego dating the lead, then they go to like a separate sort of like bungalow, and then that storyline continues, which in a sense kind of makes it feel more like Bachelor in Paradise, which I'm not saying is wrong. I just don't know what it is. It's different. So anyway, the quote was from Kindergarten Cop Dave. Thank you, Julie Straw. Oh, it just felt like an Adam Sandler. Oh, right. Yeah. Do. Dave, I think she meant he lied to her about his age, not in his obituary. Oh, I see what you're saying. So he had, okay, we got a lot of conversations happening. Thank you so much. Oh, Natalie called in. But thank you so much, Grace. And let me get to Natalie and Oz. We'll put your PayPal up once I get the Natalie's call. I got a couple other calls coming in here. Natalie from Michigan, let's hear from you.
Hi, Dave. It's Natalie from Michigan. I just wanted to say, do not go back to your ex, no matter what. My boyfriend right now, he was hooking up with his ex on and off when we met each other, and then we started dating, and then she got really salty and tried to ruin our lives and tried to say that he was playing both of us. We've been together for about 3 years now.
Oh, sorry.
Now she is dating a woman, so that's fun. Love your show. Bye-bye.
That's fun. I love it when a story ends with, so that's fun. Yeah, well, I guess there's a difference between, in Sarah Trott's circumstance, it wasn't that she was dating DJ Kazoo. I know I'm messing his name up, but it is what it is. It's not like she was dating him. She was just like, all right, well, he needs a pretty lady to go on a boat and hang out while he does a concert in Ibiza. All right, I'll do that. Yeah, well, yeah, we hook up. We have good sexual chemistry. We don't love each other. Yeah, okay, sure. There are people that are just in that phase of their life where it's mutually beneficial because they're not looking for something serious. Maybe Jed was that way. And again, I know it's a lot of projecting, but I'm just looking for a scenario in which Jed, musician, running around, doing his thing, doesn't even, lives at his parents' house. So why is, you shouldn't be trying to get into a relationship when you still live at your parents' house. It's like, oh, the roommates are out of town. It's like, no, your parents are on holiday. Those aren't roommates. Julie Strong says, I've heard rumors about a lot of bisexual encounters already on regular seasons. Yeah, that could be the case. But boy, and I haven't looked it up because I don't care enough, but we were talking about Katie Thurston with queer baiting. Remember a season a couple years ago where they said it was the Bachelorette and there was two male contestants, and they queer baited. The Bachelorette queer baited by saying they had a gay storyline. And they kind of teased that for a while, and it turned out not to be true. That's what you're talking about. Let's see if I can see it. I don't know if we'll be able to find that. Let's go. We got Rachel in upstate New York. Let's see what Rachel has to say in upstate. Oh, she called in before the show today. Let's hear her.
Hi, Dave. This is Rachel. I'm from upstate New York. I'm just calling to just want to real quick say what you said about the wood-paneled station wagon and Amy Grant on the speakers really hits home for me. That's my childhood. And then I want to say about Jed. I always really liked Jed, and I've always believed him. Do we have any idea how long these NDAs are for? Is there a number of years in which they can finally come out and speak their truth, and he can say whatever it is that he wants to say without worrying about being sued? Just want to know if you knew anything about that or your thoughts on that. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, like I said before, and I know you called earlier, so I didn't screen this here, but like I said before, I think even though they have NDAs, they can still cause you a lot of strife. even if you're not in your NDA. That's why there's so many scenarios in which someone's like, we're going to start our podcast. And then all of a sudden, like, crickets the next day. And it's like, all right, well, the Bachelor just wants to make sure they're protecting their secret sauce, you know? So I think there's a difference between the NDA you signed to talk about your season and then the, like, overarching thing, you know, that you sign that might, or not sign, that's going to be what the show doesn't want to get out. Like, they don't want that to get out forever, which is probably like some of the casting process and, you know, the maybe on-set therapist and things that, like, they just don't want to talk about. Well, here's some interesting comments. Ashley Lynn, you know, we're talking about getting back with an ex, said, I went back to my ex, got married, stayed together for just under a year. But when we broke up, I went to the doctor, our family doctor, asking why I couldn't get pregnant after 5 years, and turns out he was snipped. So hold on, Ashley. You went back to your ex. So you went back to your ex, then got married, and then you broke up with your ex again, so it was a double ex, and then you realized he was snipped. Did he not have the balls to tell you that? Really bad one there. Did he not have the balls to tell you that? Natalie says, my ex-boyfriend and I went back to like 3 times and he was physically abusive. The last time I left and dumped him, I was sad, so my dad bribed me with new shoes. That's funny. Good for your dad. Good for him. I mean, that's just your dad trying to show love, you know, new shoes. Dads don't always know. Dads and moms too don't always know how to share love. But they know, like, hey, you know, I'll buy you new shoes. You like shoes? You love shoes. If I buy you something you love, then you'll love me, you know? Kimberly Chow says, Caitlyn's season had that gay storyline. Is that what I was looking for? Let's do this. Gay storyline, Caitlyn and Bristow. Because that for sure was queer baiting. Wow, I can't believe this was 6 years ago. Let's check this out here. And I'm not showing this to sort of like shame them. I'm just showing, like, I don't know if the conversation existed. Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it just wasn't in the limelight. The Bachelorette sinks even lower with an offensive gay storyline. This was May 28th, 2015. This particular season of The Bachelorette just continues to outdo itself. First, there was the whole sexist issue of having Caitlyn and Britt compete to be the winner. Then a booted contestant refused to apologize for making an offhanded remark about rape. In fact, he thought it was awesome. I don't know that story. After that, a promo showed Caitlyn Bristow issuing a teary apology for having sex with one of her suitors, Nick Viall, before the agreed-upon fantasy suite dates, and many viewers said the Bachelorette had been slut-shamed. Now, another promo for what the show is calling Brokeback Bachelor is causing controversy. Okay, this is the poster child of queer baiting. Because, like, look, there's some gray area with certain stories. There's some gray area with, like, you know, there was a lot of debate with Katie Thurston. She apologized. But then there's this. Now, another promo for what the show is calling Brokeback Bachelor is causing controversy. So the show is actually calling it Brokeback Bachelor. And, you know, it's important to remember, the more you get educated, the more you realize that whether it was the AIDS epidemic in the 80s and 90s, or whether it was gays in countries still beaten to death, stoned, where it's illegal, gays not having the rights to marriage and can't be, you know, in return at their partner, their lover's bedside, in a hospital maybe because they're not considered family. Like, there's some heavy issues that happen because of people not having the basic human rights that others have. And to profit off of that, yikes. Yikes. All right. With a name like that, it's pretty obvious as to why. On a newly released trailer from Monday's episode, it's implied that 2 of Caitlyn's suitors, Clint and JJ, are in love with one another. Falling in love with a man never crossed my mind, Clint says during a confessional. Clint and JJ are so into each other, another contestant adds. We've grown very close in the shower, Clint goes on to say. I'm a success story. The Brokeback Bachelor will blow your mind, the voiceover promises. It really wouldn't be a problem if 2 of the contestants on any cycle of The Bachelorette or The Bachelor fell in love. Actually, it would be quite a refreshing change for a show so heavily entrenched in heteronormative behavior, which probably views pride parades as celebrations of the visible light spectrum. The show has a severe diversity problem, and one has to wonder which we'd see first, a non-white bachelor, bachelorette, or a non-heterosexual one. And again, this is before Rachel, Lindsay. This is before Matt James. Back to the reason that JJ and Clint are an issue, though. According to TMZ, multiple sources have confirmed that neither man is in love with the other and that they're both playing up his showmance for the cameras. And don't forget, they might have been a part of this, but Bachelor, their editors, their storyline creators, they get to hit publish on the story. This is their story to create or not create. Our sources say both guys are in on the whole Brokeback thing and just think it's funny. Brokeback Mountain, okay, so Brokeback Mountain is a tragic story about two gay men who were in love with one another, but due to the extremely unacceptable and closed-minded era and location in which they lived, could not be together. It's not a tale that should be made light of as a shameless reality show ratings ploy. Even if Clint and JJ were to come out and say that they were in a relationship, we can only hope that they wouldn't face the same persecution as characters Jack and Ennis did in Brokeback Mountain. I'm guessing that's not the case, though, given how Clint is joking about the situation on Twitter. Before I field any questions about hashtag Brokeback Bachelor rumors, I would like to just say that I am a proud 30-year-old woman and it's 2015. You monsters. What? He also tried to make a joke about which character from Brokeback Mountain it was better to be. So this was something that existed just a couple of years ago. Pretty crazy. Reading the comments, make sure we got anything here. Sarah says, what? They never said they grew close in the shower. I don't remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's worth reading any further into that, other than it's important to know, like, that only 5 or 6 years ago, up until a week ago, queer baiting wasn't in my lexicon. Like, I knew that this was wrong, but I didn't have the term that went with it. And that's why words are so powerful, because now you can call something, you can talk about it for what it is. The Bachelor made a storyline making light of the plight of gay romance and the struggle that gays face in coming out of the closet or staying in the closet. The domestic violence that exists within the gay community, that's a whole different topic. That's a whole different topic of struggle that people have fought blood, sweat, tears, and they fought their life over getting the rights to normalize the idea of a homosexual relationship. And The Bachelor, the same producers that exist now, for the most part, they were just okay with this. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's move it along. Read some voicemails from you guys. See what we got there. Oh, look, we're out of voicemails. Now's your chance to call in. Last call for voicemails. Oh, we're over an hour. It's tax day. Can you believe it? I got to do taxes. Not that 2020 was too crazy for a year for me, but it was kind of cool. Thanks to you guys getting my tax statement from Google. That means that you guys watched my channel. Now, 2020, that's going to be a different story. That's going to be a little bit bigger. But 2021 will be a different story. But 2020, we got a little slice of that pie. We got a little slice of that pie from Google. Helped keep us afloat. Helped buy some gear, some new equipment. I love to share that with you guys because I love to show y'all the progress and the investment that I'm bringing back to you guys. Maybe there will come a day soon. Tasha and I have talked about this. Maybe there will come a day where we have a proper recording studio where we've got, and again, I as much as I don't want to have a producer, because I like being in full control over what voicemails I take, and I feel like if I had a producer, I'd just be yelling at them we're talking about, they would not be able to follow this storyline. It's insane. But as we continue to grow, I can just assure you guys that I'm going to make sure I keep on bringing some of these interesting stories to your world and bringing the love and the energy that you guys give me right back to you. D. Lars 56 says, loving the show, Dave. Been a fan since the Uncle Joey joke Full House few months back. Oh, great. Cut it out. All right. Uncle Joey. Thank you so much. I appreciate the 5 spot there, kid. Leah, appreciate you too, cuz. Who else do we have there? Everyone else. L-Dog says, I'm so confused. What even is this article? All right, let's get off of that. Let's get off. Speaking of getting off, almost done here. Last chance to leave a voicemail. A little light on the end there if there's any good voicemails that you guys want to leave. Really interesting stories. If I missed any of them, I do apologize. I try to walk and chew gum at the same time. But you guys, real crazy. Thanks for sharing your tough stories with me, Ashley, and even Sarai and everyone else. Sarai says, I was hooking up with this one guy, but each time he drank, he got verbally abusive towards me. Finally, my dad had enough and forced me to choose between that guy and my dad's respect. Wow. Good for your dad. Good for your dad to let you know that he wasn't, sometimes we let people walk on us, and it's actually like other parts of our family that say, no, we don't do that. We know how that ends. And it's tough for us to see that value within ourselves, but hopefully your dad helped you shine that mirror back on yourself and say, I am enough. I have enough. I want to share it. All right, let's do it. Let's get out of here then. I was thinking, L-Dog and I were talking, maybe, and again, you guys aren't, no commitments to you guys, but maybe on June 7th, 2021, we do a pre-Bachelorette live stream. Just a thought. 4 p.m. normal time. That way the East Coast can see it an hour before their show. And then I'm going to do a post-episode live stream. So no pressure to attend both, but I'm thinking maybe for at least the premiere, that's what we'll do. And we can sort of, do our thing there. Share Care, or is it Shar Care, said, been watching since last year. You have no idea how you have saved many of us during the heaviness of the pandemic. You are just what we need. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. Van Slammer left a voicemail. I get it in the sense that I understand that there are things I have leaned on for normalcy in a wild time. So if it's normal for you, and if it's a ritual for you to pop open the YouTube and you see a video from me talking about some weird conspiracy, then I am happy that you've got that. And I'm happy to be there because it means a lot to me in a lot of different ways. It's been my therapy and my employment. Looks like I've got 3 voicemails. Are these from 3 different people? Oh, they are. They've all got the same 571. We've got 3 different voicemails. Let's play those.
Hi, Dave. It's Dee from Virginia, Van Frema. So I don't have this break off story, but I do have a time where I didn't break up with a guy because of his dog, and everyone knew I wasn't really into him, and we were living together, but I love this dog so much. So I just stayed with him, and then when the dog died, it was like a few days later, and I kind of said goodbye, but it wasn't my nicest kind of moment, but it's okay because it all worked out. I'm sure he's married now. I'm married now with somebody else. So my advice to all of you who bought dogs this year, and then you move in with somebody, and then you want to get rid of the guy because you know this isn't the person for you, don't stay just for the dog. Although I am glad I just stayed for the dog because then, at least I got to be there when Lucky passed. But that's my advice. Anyway, have a great evening, everybody.
You're so funny. I hope you at least gave him a gift certificate to Petco or something. Wow. Oh, that's a funny, sometimes there's some funniness in the dark, and that is a dark, you stayed with him till the dog died. Tasha and I, like any relationship, we've had our ups and downs, and like we have thought, like any relationship, like, oh, is this going to work out? Are we doing the right thing? And you think of that dog, that stupid dog, wherever he is. Tasha's outside. Maybe the dog went outside. Anyway, he's always just like stuck at my feet. I mean, Tasha, she had him from a puppy, and I kind of came in the picture halfway through his life. And it's funny, right? Because like that dog follows me around like my shadow. He's a good dog. And it is heartbreaking to think of like relationships like Caitlin Bristow, right? Didn't they separate and then have to figure out what to do with, by the way, did I miss a super chat? Oh, Sarai, I did. We are all worthy and awesome humans. Thanks for making these videos. Oh, nothing new yet with Mark, still texting back and forth. Oh, good to know, Sarai. I missed that earlier. I apologize. All right, let's go to Susan. Actually, wait, hold on. Who did I miss? Did I just play this one?
Hi, Dave. Hi, everybody. It's Susan in Washington, and I can see Snoqualmie Pass from here. And the reason I'm saying that is I think that's where Katie, she may have been at Snoqualmie Falls. The pass is the big mountain, the highway that takes you over the mountains onto the other side of Washington. But a really popular spot is Snoqualmie Falls. It's the nice where all the Snoqualmie River comes together and drops. But it's that's where I think Katie might have been. And I just want to say it's great to see you all online again. I'm doing my taxes. So I hope everybody else gets done. And again, thanks, Dave. Thanks for a great show. And everybody, let's look to the spring and summer as a new beginning. All right. Take care. Bye.
Yes, let's baptize ourselves. Should we all meet at Snoqualmie Falls for a nice little bathe session? Thank you so much, Susan, for calling in. All right, last 2 voicemails. We're getting out of here.
Hi, friends. Hi, Dave. It's L-Dog. I just wanted to call in before we closed up the live stream and shout out to this amazing community that we have built so far. I can't believe that you guys are always at the live streams. Right. Obviously, I float in and out because I got issues. But I just wanted to say thanks, everyone, and this community always brightens my mood. Peace, y'all.
L-Dog. The one, the only. Yeah, so the merchandise is now linked to the YouTube channel, so I can't see it from my end, but you should be able to see it underneath the videos, and you can go check all that out. And if there's anyone who has any merch ideas or things they want, let us know. You know, I've always wondered, like, what even to call my channel now, because I'm like, it's Dave Neal is my name, but, like, is it Dave Neal's show? Is it just Dave Neal? Like, what, you know, I don't know what to do. Because I'm thinking of, like, you know, new ways to sort of, like, you know, like, who in their right mind would buy a shirt with my name on it? But what would you wear that would be my brand, you know, in this and that. And of course, we got I Digress, and then L-Dog made that really cool, like, sort of cartoon version of my face or whatever. I don't know. So let me know. What did Sharkar say that it works? What did I miss? Testing the tag. Van Slammer with a $15 donation. Thank you so much for that, Van Slammer. I appreciate it. I don't know what it is. Bethany says, completely agree. You help so much when things have been tough with the spinal surgery and recovery. I watch the videos and lives, and the care and support is amazing. Oh, guys, you're kind. You're all kind. Do. All right. Okie dokie. And then who was that? All right. I got Sarai and I got Van Slammer. Thank you guys so much for the donations there. And let's go to Susan in Michigan. Second Susan.
Hey, Dave. It's Susan from Michigan. I'm just calling in just to say, you know what? I would welcome any guy from any community to come on The Bachelor and just be a decent guy and have your life together. Between Pilot Pete, who I think has dated 47 women since he has been on The Bachelor, and Matt, who, you know, bless him, he was so dull they had to focus on the women the whole time. I just think I would welcome anyone that was a quality individual that just had it together and was really, truly looking for someone to spend their life with. Anyway, you're doing a great job. Thanks so much.
I love it. I love it. We'll take anybody with their life together. That's the crux, right? Is that anyone with their life together doesn't want to go on the show because they've got their life together. Yeah, part of it does come down to how they cast the show and understanding that it's like, well, it's not like these people don't exist. They're just not going to be the ones that respond to the casting calls. So you need to find somebody that will. All right, folks. Well, this is your last chance to say anything before I get out of here. I have not finished my taxes, although, like I said, they're pretty easy for me to do this year since I didn't really have much employment in 2020. Next year we'll be deducting. Let's see. But anyways, yeah, let's see. Do I got a good song to play out? I need a good song here. Nice jams right there. You guys have always been great. We'll be back on Thursday for another live stream and a ton of content in between. I'll leave the video up for a minute to see if there's any questions I didn't get to. But thank you guys so much for sticking around and being a part of this very, very supportive community. Cheers to you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. And let's keep doing it. Keep pushing it. Thank you for sharing your stories, Bert. Thank you, everyone else, for sharing your stories. What we realize when we talk about things is that we're all a little messed up, and that's okay. We're just going to keep walking in that right direction. What direction? The one in front of us. Just keep walking one day at a time. All right, guys. Bye now. Oh, we got a voicemail. Hold on. I don't see it. I don't see her voicemail. Tell me the area code. I don't see her voicemail, but I want to respond to it. Does anybody know what the area code is, so I can call it back? Yeah, tell me your voicemail, so I can play it in the back end of the show. A little Motown, a Motown for you. Susan in Michigan, and Susan in Washington, and Susan and Susans, and so many Susans up into the house. Grace in DC, V in Virginia. Everybody wants to call in with a story. Natalie had a sinus infection in Michigan, but she's feeling so much better. She blew her nose today. Ashley in Florida always wants to take the side of Jed because she thinks he's kinda cute. Do you like a guy that has a commercial for a dog food company? Sarai says 407. That's Catherine. My bad. I'll play it right now. I'm so
What's up,
sorry.
Dave? This is Catherine from Florida. I have a couple of things to say. First of all, I also kind of believe Jed, but at the same time, if there was any kind of question about any female in his past right before he went on The Bachelorette, there was no way that he was ready to get engaged anyway. So I think that was the mistake on Jed's part. But also something I just thought was funny, you said, will we still be talking about Dale and Clare's toes in 2 years? And I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? We might not be talking about that, but you might still be talking about that, Dave. I just thought it was funny. But I thought there was something else, but I can't think of it now. I was watching the live stream, as you know. So yeah, that was it. All right, have a good day. Bye.
Oh, so funny. Yeah, the year's 2042, and I'm looking at these wrinkly old toes. Have a good one, everybody. It's called Walking on Cloud 9.
Used to falling in love with love, but I'm breaking my habit 'cause you turn me on to my heart's desire. Now I'm dying to let you know what I feel is some kind of wonderful, some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show you right now. Take a look at me now. I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me, and we're walking on cloud nine. Wide awake, and the step that I take is to celebrate what my heart has discovered. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me, and we're walking on cloud nine. Yeah, we're walking on cloud nine.
All right, hit the like button on the way out the door. Leave a comment, and good night to all the Susans out there.